Jai Shri Krishna to all. Welcome to Path to Anandam series, Freedom from Pains and Miseries to Happy, Healthy and Peaceful Life through Bhagavad Gita and meditation. And today's session is Series 8, since we started from New Year. And today's session is Transcend. Go beyond your limitations. The verse we will be taking today is from chapter 2, verse 45. And pranam to Guruji, Hariharji Maharaj, for his blessings to bring us together and guide us. To study Bhagavad Gita and practice in daily life. Unless we practice the teachings of Lord Krishna, only studying, reading can help us only at that moment. But to bring it and make it as a part of our life, to help us to enhance the quality of our life, we have to practice his teachings. And that's what Guruji always taught us. I'm Satya Kalra, your host and founder of Path to Anandam. We guide, help, teach, and learn how to be happy and spread our happiness to others. And that is the true sadhana and true karma yoga. And today's discussion talk will be on verse chapter 245, mentioning how to transcend. What does it mean? What are gunas? And tip of the day, how to practice. We focus quite a bit here on practice. Practice, practice, practice. Transform, transform, transform ourselves. By learning and then making part of our subconscious mind through meditation. In other words, retain the information. When we are so calm, we can contemplate on that information and then question and answers. We started our sessions with our prayers. Always want to pray to Lord Krishna. We are the Arjuna of today who get confused very often. What to do, what not to do. What is right for us? What is our duty? What is our dharma? And answer to all those are given in Bhagavad Gita through Lord Krishna. So let's start praying to him. Karpanye dosho pahat swabhava paschyami tvam dharma sammood cheta vyachrayasyani nishchitam bruhitan me shishyasteham chadimam tvam prapanyam shishyasteham chadimam tvam prapanyam shishyasteham chadimam tvam prapanyam. My heart is overpowered by the weakness of pity. I have lost all of my composure and my mind is confused about my duty, my dharma. I'm requesting you, Lord Krishna, to tell me who is or what is definitely good for me. I am your disciple. I surrender to you. Please advise me, help me. Here Arjuna become aware. That's what the meaning of Arjuna is. The person who is aware of his situation means Arjuna, who is honest about accepting his situation, status of his mind without portraying his ego and not accepting it. And then finally ask for advice. So how to ask for advice, we have to be very humble and surrender. So Arjuna and his divine company, here Lord Krishna has become the teacher. His company has become the teacher. Arjuna is the student. And every time we talk about Bhagavad Gita, it gives us a different message. So today the Bhagavad Gita is emphasis on step-by-step spiritual and practical guide for self-purification, self-transformation, and self-realization who I am. I am Satya Ananda. That's what Swami Hariharji Maharaj guided us. Lord Krishna started with his first verse, guiding Arjuna to how to understand the meaning of Atma, Paramatma, Jivatma, Atma, Paramatma. That he is not just the body, but he's Atma. So he was trying to teach him through Sankhya Yoga, self-knowledge, who he is. And Arjuna could not understand that what is Lord Krishna talking about, Atma, Paramatma. Only thing he said, I know I am the body, I eat, I sleep, I talk, I walk, I breathe, and you are my friend and my family, my external world. उसके पल्ले वो सब कुछ नहीं पड़ा, जबकि कृष्ण भगवान जी told him, guided him all about Atma and Paramatma. He tried to explaining about the body as well. Now, all that Lord Krishna was trying to teach him and motivate him, get him out of the fear so he can perform his duty. So since those techniques did not work, now Lord Krishna says, okay, let me do something else for him. He was a great teacher. He understood that his student is need different teaching than what he's trying to teach him. So now he takes him more toward the karma yoga. So Gita, though it has 18 chapters and each chapter is a union, it is called yoga. So union with self and with Bhagwan. However, it is divided, or I would say understood, the three main yogas. Sometimes people say four, but I call it four, but three main yogas are known as Karma Yoga, Bhakti Yoga, Jnana Yoga. And here Lord Krishna is trying to uplift Arjuna through Karma Yoga. And I call it Gita is a GPS of our life. Once we understand that, once we follow this GPS, we will reach to our destination and realize who we are. And how to reach there. The GPS gives you a map how to reach there. And Bhagavad Gita takes us step by step to ultimately purpose of our life. We have taken many sankalpas before because Lord Krishna has taught Arjuna. But our very first sankalpa was new of me. This is my most favorite one. Every moment we can improve ourselves, transform ourselves, purify ourselves, and make it new. Every moment is new, and we are new. Science says, study says that our body, complete body physiology changes in 6 months. All the cells, all the body chemistry changes in 6 months. But do we feel it? We still have the old habits. We still have the old concerns. We still have the old diseases. We still have everything around, same thing going day after day, year after year, maybe mature to a certain degree. But here Lord Krishna advises us how to become new by practicing the teachings of Bhagavad Gita. And then he tells Arjuna how to be aware of your life. And when Arjuna, we had a second sankalpa which says, I am Arjuna, I am wise. And that's what Hariharji Maharaj guided me to become Arjuna. So Arjuna means when I am aware of my situation, I accept my mental status, and I have a power, feelings, that humbleness, and I can surrender. That's what Arjuna is. So very first advice Lord Krishna gave to Arjuna, that you are Atma, you are not just the body. And now the second advice, he's preparing him for Karma Yoga. Because Arjuna is not ready. He's still very disheartened. He's in Vishad. He's upset. He's fearful. He's worried of his losses which could happen during the war. So Lord Krishna is now preparing him, because whenever we are in lower self-esteem, have a less confidence, our conscious level is less, we are not normal. We cannot perform our activities properly. Our energy is low. We cannot make the discrimination, what is good and what is bad for us. So here Lord Krishna takes him step by step. As I show here, that our true nature is within. But there are many layers of our emotions, our ignorance. And Lord Krishna takes one layer of onion, like an onion, one layer, he removes one, he peels the onion by removing one layer after another. So from here on, Lord Krishna is removing the second layer of Arjuna and preparing him, going beyond his limitations. His limitations means what? His limitations and Lord of his Vishad. He's trying to take him now from Vishad to Prasad through Karma Yoga. And he says, trai-guëya-viñayä, nistrai-guëyo bhavärjuna, nirdvandvo nitya-sattva-stho, niryoga-kñema ätmavän. Means the Vedas deal with the three modes of gunas: sattvic, rajasic, and tamasic. So, hey Arjun, transcend, go beyond these gunas, become gunatit, free yourself from duality, kabhi khushi, kabhi gum, be equanimous, and free from all the anxiety. Free from all the anxiety. Here again emphasizes that by having the anxiety, even the science shows our blood pressure goes high or low, our heartbeats go up or low, our hormones secretion, biological secretion in the body, all the chemicals get disturbed. Our whole body chemistry is disturbed. And we cannot think straight anymore. Similarly, Lord Krishna explains in Bhagavad Gita, where now science is trying to explain it, but Lord Krishna already says that from all anxieties, free yourself. And where do the anxiety comes? When we feel insecure. So he says, establish yourself in me, in supreme power. He also emphasized here, niryoga-kñema. Most of the time we are worried about or concerned about whatever we have, our possessions, our family, jobs, health. He says, just go beyond it. And then he gives in the technique how to go beyond it. He says, very simple, be established in me, in self supreme, where established in me, we could say it, he's saying about Lord Krishna, because that's all Arjun can understand at that time. He can understand only the Sakar Roop. But we can also live in the Nirakar Roop, which is in Om Mantra. And if we live and constantly recite Om Mantra with every breath, all these concerns start dissolving. Then where you can see day and night, like Sukha, Dukkha, day and night, all kind of become very similar. Samta. So the message here is, Lord Krishna is telling Arjuna, get up, go beyond your limitations. So what are gunas? When he talks about gunas, Arjuna does not understand what he's talking about. So Lord Krishna explains it that gunas means our swabhava, our attributes. the mother nature, everything in the universe has the three gunas. Mother nature is made up with gunas, good, bad, and in between. So there are three types of gunas based on the, and that gives the level of our mind. Our action depends on our pravarti, our attribute at that time, our status of mind, which is the cause of our bondage. Where rajas is a passion. Put all the energy in one place. It's passion to have your profession, but combined with the sattvic guna, which is a goodness for all. And of course, we should stay away from the ignorance. We should not be living in the darkness and ignorance. So here it shows rajas, tamas, how the mind shifts here and there. But if we keep it in the center, the sattvic, we can transform ourselves. We can go beyond it. And there are the attributes of tamasic, rajasic, and sattvic. So tamasic is when we are upset, like Arjuna was in Vishad. He was in the tamasic status of his mind. When we are feeling very unhappy, means whatever brings our heart becomes very heavy for something. We are lazy. We are like right now, what's happening in the world is created by one individual of his tamasic nature, his greed, his ignorance, his selfishness. And that is truly a tamasic nature. जो दूसरों को तकलीफ देते हैं, वो तामसिक होते हैं. And also, when we are lazy, that also comes in the tamasic nature. And then the passion, rajasic nature, when we are so active, we're so passionate, we just want to achieve and not paying attention to our health, to family, but we have a so oriented to the goal. We imbalance our life, become very egoistic, very emotional, me. And then too much attachment, very much greed again comes here. Here the tamasic person has in ignorance, but the rajasic person is so greedy. Again, I give an example today, what's happening. One person's greed is hurting so many people. And that's where Lord Krishna says, don't stay in your darkness. Don't stay, be only rajasic. Though rajasic nature is important to do the things in our life, however, it should be done with the attitude or the nature of sattvic. Sattvic means sadhu. Sadhu means what? Who is selfless, who does things sarva bhutita. So these understand, once we understand these, then we can ask a question to ourselves, where am I? And here, this is a very good presentation. Here is a tamasic, the quality of the tamasic, who is angry, attachment, tamasic and rajasic, also greed. And those all causes of our diseases, because they change the physiology of our body chemistry, our mental attitude. We are confused and forget what is our duty, what to do and what not to do. And most of the time we live in the rajasic nature. Most of the people live in the rajasic nature. Sometimes we are upset, sometimes we are happy, sometimes we are feeling good, we are feeling selfless, we are feeling like helping others. Other time we become very selfish. So we are basically a bag of all these three, because that's what the Prakriti is, and we are made with this Mother Nature. So we have all those three qualities. But Lord Krishna guides us. He says, no, go beyond it. How you will go beyond it and be calm? He says, just focus on the goodness of all. And from there, with your focus on me or Om mantra, will take you beyond this. You will transcend. So the benefits of transcending, also it's explained in further verse, which I brought it here, because it's very important to understand what is for me. By doing all these practices, what am I going to gain out of it? And Lord Krishna says, when one transcends the three gunas that created the body, one is free from the pain of birth, old age, death, pains and miseries, and can enjoy the supreme bliss, the nectar of blessing, gets the prasad. Even in this lifetime, it's not that one has to die, but also wo amar ho jate hain. Arjun amar ho gaya. Krishna Bhagwan ji made him immortal because he lived in his consciousness. So from tamas to rajas to goodness, once we start moving from tamas to rajas to goodness, because it does not happen overnight, we have to go gradually, little by little, by understanding this, and then we can get the prasad, which is called nirvana, which is called moksha, which is called supreme power or supreme peace, or we can say union with God. There has many names, but all has the same meaning. So what is the homework for us? Question is, what are my issues? Where am I today? What brings me to tamasic nature or rajasic nature? Or what takes a smile away from me? How can I uplift myself from my misbehaviors and remove our shortcomings? So I put here action plan. This is the homework for all of us. So make a list. What do I need to transform? Once we put it on the paper, when we start becoming aware of it, then we can gradually work on it. But first we have to acknowledge it, that these are my shortcomings. Just become a truly Arjun. Acknowledge our shortcomings, acknowledge the status of our mind, and then work toward it. So please work on making the list this week, even after this session. And then we can start focusing on, because this is the true work. Now the work is started. Until now we were talking about philosophy. Now this is an action plan. This is the true work. This is the true practice of Bhagavad Gita we have to do, and follow Lord Krishna's advice and go back to Sankalpa 1 and become new of me, where I'm happy, healthy, and peaceful, and experience and attain who am I? Sat Chit Ananda. But again, this is not a simple, it's a gradual process. And by doing that, we will experience the Anandam. But every activity in our life has to be in Anandam. That's what Lord Krishna actually says in chapter 12, verse 8. Mayeva man adasya, my buddhi nivesha. Keep your mind, focus your buddhi on me. Then you will come to me. I will be with you all the time. But your job is to at least be with me. Then I can be with you. And he says, there is no doubt. Just take my word for it. I will be always with you. But your job is to mayeva man adasya, may buddhi nivesha, nivsasti mamev ati urdayana sanshya. Means there is no doubt that I will be with you. So just reminder that now we become a truly Arjuna. We truly listen and follow Gita's teachings. And once we listen, we follow the advice and we act upon it, then finally we become Arjuna and say, Karishe Vachanam Tav. Our mind, our senses all get under control. So let's all be on this blissful journey to uplift ourselves, go to higher conscious level, and experience who we are, Sat Chit Ananda. So Sankalpa for today is I transcend. Again, as I said, this is a slow process. Like that's why I put this turtle here. Slow process like turtle. To experience and uplift ourselves and cleanse our subconscious mind, because our subconscious mind have a lot of old memories. And we have to replace those memories with our new action. And every day add one new action. Follow just a one advice from Lord Krishna. When you read Bhagavad Gita, just take a one advice. And by doing that, we not only experience Anandam, but we have a day-to-day life, our improves. We become happy, we become healthy, and live peaceful life. So in our next move, we will meditate. And the mantra for today will be, I transcend. So thank you very much to attending this session and being committed to transcending and going beyond your limitation. And finally, the prasad, the benefit we get, happy, healthy, and peaceful life.